Mental. Yeah, we got it. And if you would just please state your name and your address for the people at home listening.
Absolutely. My name is Jessica Cancel. I'm not from Pocatello, but my address is 1234 South 2nd Avenue. Again, thank you, council members. I do very much appreciate it. At this time, I would like to discuss the basic human rights to clean drinking water. When I turn on my faucet, I cringe at the thought of having to drink it, so I don't. Instead, I and many other Americans across this nation turn to bottled water from the store, imported from another state, usually from across the nation. Myself and others do this for the simple fact that many poisons and toxins are being let into the drinking tap water, such as arsenic, barium, thorium, nitrate, psyllium, lead, copper, chlorine, the list goes on. But in fact, there's about 90 of them. These very words should not even play a part in clean drinking water. I do not have time to go into and cover all of these, so we'll start with the one that is most prevalent and toxic and raises quite a bit of concerns. Let's start with arsenic. As I'm sure all of you are already aware of the fact that arsenic is naturally occurring here in Idaho in very high amounts, already in ground and water. But what I'm not sure you're aware of is the fact that, according to WHO, the World Health Organization, it is notoriously poisonous. According to WHO, there are serious implications for ingesting this toxin over a long period of time, even in small amounts, including but not limited to pigment changes, pigment changes, skin lesions, hard patches on the hands, feet, known as hepatitis, precursors to bladder and lung cancers, neurotoxicity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, developmental effects, and much, much more. So as you can see, not from myself, but from our own doctors and professionals, this is not something that we should be spoon-feeding our children, as they are the ones who will most likely be suffering in much later years. Mayor Brian Blad, I'm sure if your wife Laura and your children Ben, Jade, Jordan, and Bryson were to come down with any of these, your world would change and you would be devastated. So why, as active members and important members to this community, would you even allow small amounts of such deadly poison to be added into our water supply, when in reality it serves no purpose and has no benefits to keeping it? The most important action in affected communities is the prevention of further exposure to this toxin. By provision of safe water supply, the age-old argument that it's naturally occurring is just invalid and lazy at this point. Council members, I'm sure you are aware that in its inorganic form, arsenic is used in the production in pesticides, treated wood products, herbicides, and insecticides. Arsenic is a strengthening agent as well for lead and copper, which are also found in our water supply, making that it's only a little bit argument completely invalid as well, considering there are multiple agents that strengthen each other. So having this material in our drinking water makes absolutely no sense, and it is pure madness to continue to claim that it does no harm. I'm sure being active members in this community are completely aware that this year Mike Simpson is allowing even more arsenic into our tap water because getting used to a poison is a better solution than building a better water filtration system. And the fact that Governor Otter, instead of Governor Otter decided to spend $1 million of our hard-earned taxpayer money to defend against gay marriage, decided to spend, or instead of contributing more important issues and needs, such as removing deadly chemicals from our drinking water, is pretty much a slap in the face to all of Idaho, gay or not. As of now, our city is wasting its money and resources for more security and better sidewalks for places that do not even need it, while ignoring bigger issues and problems that are slipping through the cracks. So the argument that it costs too much is completely invalid.
Thank you, Jessica.
No, that's not an issue. Okay, glad you're in the news again, Brian. 5 people are joining the club. I'm Idaho Lorax, General Delivery, Pocatello, Idaho. I'm here, of course, with my legal hat, my legal observer. I am appalled of the police not accepting the evidence for charges against you at the moment, but that's why we have federal marshals and other people to make sure people do their job. So yes, I am here for, again, another citizen's arrest. Obviously, if I can't meet with people, they won't meet, say, you can get an attorney to do an arrest of the city council. Well, that's a violation, another violation of my human rights. It's in the Constitution, by the way. So as much as people are concerned about citizens' arrest, we're going to do the People's Bill of Rights here, Pocatello's Bill of Rights, and we got to be able to enforce that. Include, none of you should be above the law at all. So let me go some other charges here, and you can sift it out later about which ones are criminal, which ones are whatever, but in the end, you're all missed prison because you've all been informed before. So let me just read through some of them. Of course, destruction of damage to people's park, open space, lands. Okay, so that's where the people's park neighborhood association meets. You know, they're the ones pressing those other charges of public nuisance, which of course you are, because you're not still nothing. I'd like to see you out there actually picking some of this stuff up. That would be really nice. That would be a nice appropriate, you know, restitution for you. I'd love to see that. Get out there and actually cleaning up a piece of Pocatello. Destruction of archaeological petroglyphs and archaeological sites. That's federal offense, you know. Defaming the theft of people of Pocatello, their public land, tort of conversion. You know, you knew it. We told you, and then you go ahead and do it. That's misprision, right? I had a hand here, and that's why I just got to come in. Let me see, allowing illegal use of razor wire. Now that's a misdemeanor one. I think I can get you on that one. And of course, the whole use of barbed wire and endangerment in youth. That's a good one. You know, done nothing about it except allow it. Okay, so let me see. Looks like I'm not going to have time to read the misprision felony charge or quote the how you say, federal guidelines about it. So I'm getting to 32nd, but let's keep going though. And again, endangerment of youth and the public. Contamination, misuse of toxic materials adjacent to a watershed. I get the state at least involved in that one. And criminal negligence, and of course malicious harassment, even when I try to inform you or go through the process sometimes of people in your employ here harassing me to share the information. So
Thank you very much.
good luck on
Appreciate
staying
it.
out of
We'll move
jail,
on.
okay?